It's been a crazy couple of months, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about it.
This is 8 years, 9 years of trying to get here. That's why I'm so emotional.
So guys, finally, the thank you video I've been waiting to create for a while. I'm sorry we haven't posted more. We have a couple of videos that are going to go up, but I wanted to say a big thank you to you guys for this very, very special thing that we received in the post. And that is our 100K subscribers. I think we were far from ever thinking we would get here. And I just want to say a big thank you to you guys for all your support. And I think that became so evident, especially at places like the D2 conference, where we got to speak with you guys and we got to kind of interact. It was amazing, honestly. And that kind of leads me on to my next thing, which is one of the best professional moments as well of my career. And I guess within the company, everything that we've created was receiving this beautiful thing at the D2 conference. It was handed to me by one of my good friends in the industry, Jeff, who was on the podcast. But I also want to give a big shout out to a couple of things that are going on. The conference that we went to, and then other conference that's happening in the future, which will be in Barcelona, 3D Symposium, from my dear friends Aldo and Chiro. And also, finally, a Q&A about from your questions from the previous video that we put up. So we're finally going to tackle some of those, and I'm going to probably bring a couple of the team to actually talk about that. So yeah, stay tuned, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. There's a lot to talk about. It's kind of a vlog video almost. All right, so on to our first thing, and this was one of the most amazing things that's happened in my professional career, and I think it was incredible, and that was winning this little bad boy, which was a CGarchitect non-commissioned best architectural image. I had to look because I was looking at the exact names. But this was amazing, and I'd like to thank all the D2 conference organizers, Fabio and Jason, just to name a few. I know you had a big team as well. Thank you so much for putting on an amazing conference. It was great to get that piece of feedback from everyone there, to really meet all you people, and to win this little special boy, which has a lot of meaning. It's been a lot of years of really trying hard to kind of do our best, and I think this is a big thank you to you guys and to the team who's creating all these images together, and we all review and we all talk. It's really kind of felt, and it's been a lot of years that we've been trying, so it meant a lot. And the D2 conference this year was mind-blowing. It was amazing. We had the good fortune to be there, to meet Fabio as well. And Fabio, this is your moment that you said you need a shout out. And here's that shout out. You didn't say you need it, but I said, when's the shout out coming? So I want to make a very special shout out to Fabio. Fabio has been putting a lot of work into his videos. He's becoming kind of this person that talks about the industry, talks about more sensitive topics that not everyone talks about, and helping especially the new guys and how to become an artist, how to charge, all these types of things. So give a like, check his videos out. He's an amazing guy. In person, I think he's larger than life. His personality is incredible. So a big hug to that guy, and to Jason as well for all they're doing for the industry. Really a big thank you. And to my friend Jeffy Tacos for giving me this. It was incredible. When he did the podcast, guys, he knew already. And that was the craziest thing, because he did not tell me. I didn't push it either, because I was like, I want to be surprised for the good or for the bad, if that makes sense. And that was incredible. Next on to my next amazing thing that happened to us is to receive this.
Oh yeah, baby.
That is a big thank you to all you guys. You guys have been amazing. And I think when we went to this conference, speaking with you guys and the feedback that we had, I mean, it was just incredible. This conference, the amazing thing about it was we're all connected to this industry. We are competitors, right? A lot of the guys and girls there, we're all competing, but at the same time, everyone is getting along so well. No one is talking business. It's all about just enjoying, having a beer, having a drink, talking to each other about the difficulties that we all go through every day. And I think when we did this channel and we then get to experience the other side of it, which is kind of communicating with you guys out there, it's really amazing. And it kind of makes it where we wanted to also open up the channel a little bit more and made us think a lot of the next things we're going to do with the channel and how we can expand on this. And that leads me on to my next big kind of revelation, which we are going to have on the channel Mr. Matthew Bannister from DBox. He's the founder and director of DBox, and he is also an amazing person, someone we all look up to, I think, in the industry. I think we speak for all of us. And he's going to be reviewing one of your images, guys. So please feel free to send your images to the email below. It should be showing up on screen. And yeah, have your image reviewed together with myself, and see the feedback from another side of the industry, from someone who's a legend, who's been in here so much and has gone through so much. So also feel free to jot down your questions in regards to that, because I think it's going to be amazing. It was going to be a podcast, and then we talked about, wait, let's review an image together and we'll make that into a sort of a podcast. So that is going to be amazing. And I guess that is also an invite to other people who are around, other creatives, that we want to get you guys on board. We want to open this channel up to more of you and get you guys knowing. I know it's called Arqui9 Learn, but we can open this up and we can get more feedback. And that's what this channel really is all about. So this leads me on to my next bit of news, and that is kind of the Meetup. Now, before we even go into the Meetup, there is a Meetup in London, which I want to also talk about, 3ds London, which is amazing, and you will get to meet many of London's top companies there and top artists, really. We don't go enough, but we want to go more times, and I think we will probably go on the next one when this video comes out and be out there and give a shout out to everyone. But yeah, I wanted to give you a shout out to you guys, but also this led us on to our Meetup and to kind of think we need to get this going. We need to push this community thing more. So we're also going to be organizing something around November that's going to be quite informal, and that we have already done one before, but we might be doing maybe some image reviews and stuff like that. So we also might invite some special guests. Let's see, we want to try something. So don't forget to look into our Meetup channel below, and keep our community growing. We might also do it in the studio. Who knows? More on that in the future. And of course, my next thing, going on from Meetup to conference, is the beautiful conference that is 3D Symposium, which I've also had the pleasure to go over the years, organized by my dear friend Aldo and Chiro, I'm sorry, I have to call you Chiritos. Chiritos, and they are doing an amazing job. And they unfortunately this year I can't go for personal motives, but they have been really kind to offer one of their tickets. So guys, just comment below, like the channel, subscribe, and we will enter you into the draw, which we will draw on the channel. I think we'll put it up on the community tab, and there is one free ticket to the 3D Symposium that they have been so kind to offer, and I want to support them as well. They're very good friends, and I also love the conference. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and just give a comment below on the various things, some questions for Matthew about the Symposium, and you may just win one of their tickets to Barcelona. That is just for the 3D Symposium conference, hey? I don't know about flights. That will have to be on you. And now, finally, for our Q&A segment, which I'm going to invite a couple of guys to sit with me here and have a bit of a discussion about the Q&A. All right, let's do this. So next, we have one of our main men, main fellows, Mr. Danny Boy. Say hello, Danny.
Hello, guys.
That was very natural. All right, so he and part of the team are going to be helping. I want to convince Kelly to come over and do also a question. I don't know if that will happen. She doesn't like being on YouTube. Doesn't like being famous. But basically, the first question, and I think I'll take this one, Danny.
All right.
Will we do masterclasses in the future? And if so, when? Will they cost anything? Well, my friend, nothing is for free. That's the first thing. But no, on a more serious note, yes, we have something lined up. I don't want to talk too much about it. I think we promise that we have this coming out every month for about 4 years. Guys, it's coming. As you guys saw, we've rebranded the whole studio. We're going through a transformative phase. You've seen that our logo has changed, our stuff has changed. I haven't even talked much about that. But we are getting there, not as masterclasses, not as a school, but something special in the middle there. So this is gonna leave that there, okay? And keep track of our Instagram and our YouTube. We will be talking more about this. Next, Danny Boy. Okay.
All right.
Did we try VR? And what is your opinion on VR for Archviz?
Yeah, we try VR here in the studio with a good result. The thing is, VR is now it's growing in day by day and year by year, and you can see the result in each part of the internet. I think it's really the next step for our artists in this area. We can sell everything with the VR now, even if the client doesn't know about our industry and what we need to do. And yeah, man, I think that VR is breaking all the rules. I think it's the future.
I think that we are on the cusp of technology.
Yeah.
And even as an artistic company, we have to keep our eyes on technology and what's coming out. And I think
Yes,
Danny kind of
definitely.
summed it up, that we are looking, we have some stuff, and it's very interesting. So, okay, on to our next question. What gear do we use in the studio? Hardware, software, tablet. In the studio and at work, we need to have the best possible tools we can.
Definitely.
At home, I'm not of that belief. You work with the tools you have. Of course, it can facilitate, but you have to master the techniques first. So, do you want to talk a little bit about memory, the computers, your experience with the Cintiq, just briefly?
Yes.
What you use, your setup, a little bit.
Yeah, firstly, we work with a good machine with 128 gigas. That is good for us because we move a lot of data.
Yeah, a lot of geometry.
A lot of geometry, and this is crazy when you work with Forest and mainly models from Rhino, from SketchUp. That is good. We need a good machine, and we have good machines here in the studio. We work with this Wacom, that for me it's awesome.
The Intuos.
Yeah, the
Intuos
Intuos
Medium.
Mainly for Photoshop, and that's it. We have the best hardware here and software here in the company, so we can do magic, even if magic doesn't
Magic
happen
encompasses
sometimes.
something else.
Yeah, and even when the client doesn't want magic, but we try to do our best to achieve his result.
Yeah.
So
I think as well, we use 2 screens. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you don't need 8 screens in front of you. Come on, really? Do you need to look up all around you? 2 screens tends to be the most optimal setup. You can have 3. I think some people tend to use 3. But
we are waiting for the best coffee machine with espresso machine. That is really awesome.
we're waiting for that. But yeah, I mean, you see, you got that? You saw that? All right, Danny, I think I had enough of you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Danny.
You're
All right,
welcome.
now on
See
to
ya, guys.
our next Arqui9, which you guys haven't met yet as well. So I'm going to introduce him. Yanni Boy.
Yeah.
So we have Danny Boy and Yanni Boy. Yanni.
Hello.
Yanni, can you say Yanni?
Yeah, please do.
Yanni, Jenny, Jan, Yan, Dan.
Yannick.
Say hello to the beautiful people.
Hello.
So Jan joined us about, 6 months ago, something like that?
It's more like 9 now. But
What? Man, he's a big boy. But 9 already.
yeah, I think so.
God. So I think I'll take the next question. Will there be a studio tour? Yes, there will be a studio tour where we talk more about the machines, computers, and our equipment, this type of thing. But that will probably be in the next studio that we're going to move to. So that we're looking forward to that. That's a very quick question. Okay, so the next question is actually a pretty good one. And I swear to you, we have not rehearsed this at all. So Jan, I want to make it in the Archviz industry. How can I get there?
All right.
Where do you start?
The first thing I'd say, a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of sites and you can get really good tutorials on. And I think nowadays in our industry, you can specialize in a lot of things. So you get to try and choose what you want to be good at and what's your thing.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, tutorials, I think what you mean with tutorials is really master something. Before you even get out there, it's really important to be good at something or find your passion. I know everyone talks about this on the internet. Find your passion, be good at it, and then get yourself out there, you know, publish around. I mean, we've got a video that we've talked a little bit about this, so check that video out as well. And that's how to really kind of to break into it, to be good at it, to really understand it and practice a lot. I think hard work ethics, you know, blood, sweat and tears a little bit is what is really going to get you there in the end. And most important of all is being a nice person. No one wants to work with a douchebag. So be a nice person. Even if your skills aren't that honed, people will want to work with you a bit more than being a douchebag.
And trust me, you learn a lot when you finally land your first job at the studio. You will see how much you still don't know before you start working in actual, really good studio.
That's very true. So the next question is, how long does it take your standard visualization? So this, I mean, this is varied. This is varied. We can be really quick. I know we sell it as if we're like super quick and we'll do it one day to the other, but it's not like that in reality. Things take time. And if you're creating a marketing visual, trust me, it's not going to be in like 3 days you're going to do this. This can take up to months even, because it's a process. In the end, it's a process that goes from start to finish with a lot of intermediary people that you speak with. Landscape architects, designers, interior designers, graphic designers, all these types of things. And this is constant feedback. If you're working on a competition, it can be like 3 or 4 days, because a competition is an ideas competition. You're not going into the depth that you would go elsewhere. So honestly, it really depends. I know a lot of people tend to think this is a super quick process, but like everything, it takes time, and a certain amount of time depends also on certain types of projects. I mean, you've had different ones here that you've worked on that take more and others less, right?
Yeah.
And I know Jan is very much into the details of things, so sometimes he gets a bit frustrated that we need more time. Okay, on to the next one. I think this is a really good one. Apart from software like Photoshop, 3D Max, and Corona, which are the must-have? What other software do we sometimes use for your workflow?
All right, so I was trying to introduce Substance Beta, Substance Design a bit. Mm-hmm. I think Quixel and Megascans in general, like the soft that they have, the bridge one, and Mixer is really good for creating our own textures and materials to use in Max.
So yeah, I think we keep an eye on a lot of the softwares that are coming out, I think, as well. We don't want to be a one-trick pony, right? We love Photoshop. Photoshop is an extension of our hand. It is a tool. We use it the best we can, but we also try to keep an eye out for everything. Okay, Jan, thank you very much. On to the next person. On to our next team member, Mr. Matteo Ferrari, which you've already met, and you can see he's quite comfortable in front of the camera on our beautiful couch. How are you doing, Matteo?
Great.
People already know you, but Matteo's had a little baby, Mr. People.
Yeah, Filippo.
He's a dad now, so he's a responsible person.
Pretty much.
Okay, Matteo, you haven't seen the questions as well, so let's see what comes out. So this is actually a pretty good one. Do you prefer photorealistic visuals or illustrative concept arty visuals?
That's actually a very good one. It depends a lot. I love concept visuals. I love concept art. But on the other hand, when you have a very nice photoreal visual, like finished, and you're really happy with it, that's a great image, and I'm really happy with them. But if I have to pick one, I would probably go more on the concept artish one, because I usually have much more fun doing them.
Yeah,
but
you-
it depends a lot.
Yeah, I
Depends
mean,
as
you
well
did
on the
Did
project.
a couple of you did for the CGarchitect Awards
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
You didn't win it. but
No,
that was
yeah,
okay.
that was okay, man. I know a guy that won. It's actually not bad, not bad.
We have a friendly competition here in the studio between us, and you can see it's intense. So you know how it is. But yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. I think you can. Again, like I like to try all styles. You know, recently I think I like more very simplified forms than the photorealistic simplified forms. I know we haven't put anything out there too much, but this is kind of what I'm enjoying at the moment. So I
Yeah.
guess you go through a phase. It really
Yeah, it's
depends,
quite funny
right?
because, for instance, now I really like the sketchy images more than the others. So it's like you see your like taste change a lot during time and during experience, and it's quite funny because it's I started in the industry and I was super into photoreal images, and now I like sketch images. So it depends a lot.
It changes. It really does change. Okay, on to our next question. Will we see more portfolio reviews? Yes, there will be more, and you guys saw we're going to have Mr. Matthew Bannister from DBox, who is going to be on one of our portfolio reviews. I think it's going to be more image review, not so much portfolio, but don't forget to submit your work as well. On to our next question. Is it possible, this one is for you.
Tell me.
That's actually a good question.
Tell me.
Is it possible to work as a visualizer without having an architectural background?
Not a good question. I actually think that you can definitely work as a visualizer. From my experience, if you have an architectural background, that helps a lot. You understand the project much more quickly, but it definitely, like Lucas, for instance,
Danny? Dimon?
Dimon. They are not architects,
they all have
but they're
different
great.
backgrounds.
Like they have skills that I would dream of, like super good artists.
Man,
So that's
they're over there crying now. But yeah, I agree. I have to say, like, I had this talk at D2 conference, and someone was saying all their team was architects. I was like, great. I super don't believe in that. I believe that a mixed team that can bring various things to the table is really what you want. You know, it's great if you study architecture. You can probably have an easier time to get into it, but it's not like obligational, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be less or more than someone else. I think it's equal, really, and that's the beauty of this profession. It's as it's kind of young and consolidating itself, it doesn't have a defined background. That's one of the most beautiful things at D2 conference is meeting all these people that just, even from this, they're going to from Archviz into movies, into concept art, all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I think a lot is up to you, because if you're passionate of what you do, it's like halfway through.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
a lot up to you.
Definitely. Okay, so Mattel, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, and next on our channel, we have the lovely Kelly. Welcome to the channel. And it's great to see a feminine presence on the channel as well. And we want to see more of that as well. So I want to make a public invitation to Keely from Kilograph. Please come in. Let's do an image review together. But before that, now on to Kelly and to her very special question. And this is a hard one. This is a hard one.
I'm ready.
So, Kelly, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm a bit nervous.
Kelly's got one of the most contagious laughs out there. Okay, so what's the worst side of the industry?
Where do I start? I mean, it's because I'm outsider to a certain extent in the industry. I think my point of view will be more towards client management and making sure we have enough resources for each project. So it is, that's more or less where my
the instability caused by
yes,
clients
and the back and
decisions.
forwards, and you can, as much as you want to plan ahead and know where things are going, you can have a cancellation and that disrupt everything and the resource management as well. So it is very short as well. The projects are sometimes very short, and that also doesn't help. But when you have great team members, everything goes well. There is a lot of juggling in that, in terms of management and resources, which is very complex, and it's sometimes quite frustrating. As much as you try to say yes to all the clients, it's complicated.
I think that is one of the hardest things. I think that we've battled a lot with is the booking of the projects and the instability even with clients. I think that's one of the bad sides. I think another one is not having enough time ever to complete what you need to.
Yeah, I think I see you guys sometimes say, oh, but you know, there's never a finished project. I feel like because there's always room to improve the images.
There's always room for improvement.
But at the same time, you cannot just stay there forever. Right?
But I also kind of want to talk a little bit about the best sides of the industry and how this industry has some beautiful things. And I think D2 conference picked up on that, and you were there as well.
Yes, definitely.
It's like the helping out of
it's
each
amazing.
other.
It doesn't feel. I mean, I really enjoy D2. I've been to a few conferences, and D2 is just amazing. And this year they made it bigger. They changed venue, but it didn't feel like a cold corporate event. It's family. It's very, very natural. People are super friendly, and Jeff and Fabio and
Jason and all their
Christian
crew.
as well. They're all super friendly, so it makes the event and everybody feel natural and familiar.
And no one is speaking about business. Everyone is friendships, even if there are competitors, and it's really amazing. And we saw one case where one of the guys got his house broken into, and then one of the guys helped him out and said, "Just sleep over where I am. I'll go somewhere else."
It gives you a good sense of community, and that's what. I think, I mean, as much as some people go to these events to maybe network as such, I think the main thing is you feel encouraged to continue to work and push hard in the industry, because actually people are great, and they will give you the support you need.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely amazing how that kind of camaraderie comes together and how everyone comes together. And I just can't say it enough how amazing it is. And
everybody should go.
Yeah, everyone should go. And they shout out because they don't actually do sponsored talks as well. All the talks they have are speakers where they're showing the work, and that isn't easy, guys. That's like, from a monetary point of view, that's not easy.
It's not easy to say no to that.
And that's incredible that they do that. And I think, thank you very much, Kelly. I hope you join us again. That's okay. So hopefully we'll get more of the feminine presence in here in this, even on our podcast as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, so we've reached the end of this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. We want to also include more of the team that you haven't seen yet and get them also on here. But yeah, I just want to say a big thank you again to everyone. I've said this like 50 times. But yeah, it's been incredible. I hope that helped out. We're going to have these new tutorials coming up as well, and we're always looking forward to hearing your feedback. Do not forget to submit to the image review that we're going to do with Matthew from DBox. Comment below, like, subscribe. You will be in the draw for the amazing 3D Symposium, and I can't say that enough. It's also an incredible event, and I really recommend that you go. And once again, guys, I mean, yeah, it's awesome, just this journey that we're all living together. And final note, do it in post. Oh.